Well, Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome inside the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as we open up the new year with some women's hockey action here at the DAB. Once again, Thomas Turgeon with you alongside Jared Wakefield, my partner in crime. Tonight's the number 15 Oswego State Lakers welcoming in the number 5 team in the country, the Amherst Mammoth, and really a big test for these Lakers coming off their last matchup all the way early in December against the ranked Plattsburgh Cardinals by a final score of 3-2. Amherst, on the other hand, they've strung together 7 in a row. Their most recent victory, a 6-1 win against the University of Massachusetts at Boston, a 6-1 score on New Year's Eve. Jared, a tough test for Oswego to start off the new year, but definitely a right one to kick off on the right foot.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge game for them to start off the new year. Amherst blown the rust off a little bit with that big win against UMass the night before. Oswego, with that loss in Plattsburgh, that snapped an 8-game win streak for them. They were 0-4 to start the year, rebounded very nicely with a couple key wins over Cortland and Hamilton College as well. Going to be a very interesting matchup today, 15-5 squaring off.
A big test for Oswego. Starting line for the Lakers will be the Hull, Bednarik, and Malone line with Zemlak and Webster on the defensive end. On the other hand, for the Mammoth, it's Pohl, Reynolds, and Daly is the forward line to start. Homan and Flynn for the Mammoth on the defensive end as it's dumped right in by the Lakers fresh off the draw. The first one on it was Flynn. She sends it to the half wall, and it's chipped right back in by Zemlak. We will already have our first stoppage of play, a high sticking violation, 14 seconds into the contest. And we look at these two teams, they're rather comparable going into the new year, both looking to turn things around and best when they are at 5-on-5 aside. Puck coming in now, it's Mac Hall scooping it in the corner. She looks to send it down for Malone. One more backhand pass back for Hall. Hall brings it around the point, sends it back up for Zemlak. Calling for it was Webster, but instead sends it right back down to 2 and White. Hall on the cutback. Sends it back up the near side. Bednarik. Zemlak just lets one go. A bouncing puck stop by Stott. That'll be her first save of the game. And Jared, you had a nice note when it comes to goaltending for Amherst. Stott getting a majority of this start so far.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. Any goaltender not named Stott on the Amherst College Mammoths, they have only seen 6 shots, and they saved all 6. So Stott, eating up a majority of the minutes, has played in a lot of the high-caliber contests, received a lot of work, but she's been very strong in .931 save percentage.
Overall, regardless of the goaltender in that, the Mammoth goaltender's only allowing 9 goals all year so far, ranked 3rd in the NESCAC for goals against, as the puck is cleared right back out, though, by the Lakers. Mucha carrying it across center ice, but then tried to ladle it off, and it got turned away. As grabbed back by Amherst, it's going to be Weiss carrying it across. A little pinch on the boards by McGrath, and the first one on it will be Weiss. She'll just clear it into open ice. Haas the first one on it, drops it off for Zenstein. Slides it over for Shell, and intending to center it for Mucha, but it rolls through and gets past the stick of Flynn, and Haas will be the first forechecker on it. Oswego will get a change as dumped in. The extra scare for the Lakers today, Megan Gates coming into the lineup for the first time in quite some time. 3 games played so far for Oswego State. 1 goal and a Laker uniform for the transfer from Sacred Heart. Booth at the point, takes a shot on. It gets deflected out in front and cleared to the corner. Park trying to clear it up the near side. Booth grabs it back, though. Tries to just slam it right in. Cannot, as Oswego will regroup. A backhand pass intended for Kira Costas goes just by and sent back the other way by the Mammoth. Here they come. Shoe dropped across the back door, and that one goes off the outside of the goal. Fed right back out in front, trying to pinch with Schwartz. Shield will keep it in. It's going to be Shoe. A shot on. Pad stopped by Levy. Kept in by the Mammoth, though. Another shot. That one blocked out in front by a sprawling Grugan. One more shot by Schwartz. That got through the traffic and was kicked away. Right back up at the point now. Holman sends it over to the opposite side, and the Mammoth trying to cycle this puck as much as possible. Throws one out in front. The slot, and a huge stop again by Lexi Levy, who's been spectacular in the first semester coming into the new year. A couple key saves against the number 5 team in the country, and we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, huge stop right there. Amherst really struggling in transition early, but as soon as they entered the zone, they have looked phenomenal so far, really cycling the puck and getting a lot of good angles.
puck dumped in now by Stewart, and the Mammoth will try and have another offensive possession, but it's broken up by Webster, who will center it for Hudon, the captain of the Lakers. Hudon bringing in a backhand pass off the boards, looking for herself, but closed off by Dan, trying to feed one out in front. That one got knocked off by the stick of Stott. It's taken away by the Mammoth. It's Reynolds trying to attempt the toe drag on Webster, cannot. It's a stalemate along the boards. Reynolds leading the team in points right now, 6 goals and 6 assists in 9 games for Amherst. Burke carrying across center ice. She gets just enough of it to bring it into the offensive zone, as a majority of the Lakers will get a change. Benrick holding the blue line now, and Hull was trying to provide some support, but it's cleared right back out by the Mammoth as the pass hit pole and center ice. Hull bring it back in, a backhand pass on the goal of Stott. We'll have another stoppage of play. Pass intended for Malone. Couldn't get anything going, but the Lakers, they have a tough test. They got Amherst tonight, they got Potsdam on Friday, and then Canton on Saturday before taking 2 days off and then going to Utica on Tuesday. So a huge week for Oswego.
A lot of hockey being played by the Oswego State Lakers coming up. It's going to be intense, and it's not against, any bad opponents they are facing. All quality opponents and strong teams.
Weiss carrying across the near side, throws one on goal, blocked away by Levy and kicked to the corner. Benrick centered for Malone. It gets caught in her skates and kept in by Grosick. Shell brings it behind the net of Levy, sends it over for Hull. Ricochets off the stick and kept in by the Mammoth. A backhand shot, save, rebound out in front. That was DiCarlo looking to capitalize, cannot. Bednarik cross center ice. She'll be going to the Empire State University Games in just about a week, representing Slovakia. It's taken back by Amherst and cleared out. An intended pass for Grosek goes just by her, and we'll have a stoppage of play. 15:31 remaining here in this first period of play right here on WTOP 10. A little bit of crowd here in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena just a couple days after the new year. For those watching, we're glad you are spending it and watching it with us. Some hockey action here for Mark Digby and company. Jared, as you mentioned, a large week at hand for Oswego State. 2 ranked opponents, 2 conference opponents, all matter at the same time in a matter of 7 days. The tie up behind the net of Stott. It's cleared out to the side. It was going to be Homan looking to clear. Mucha got a stick on that. Preston holding the line now, though, as she'll whack at it once more, but it'll finally come free, and it's scooped up by Booth behind the Oswego blue line. Haas centered for Mucha. Backhand pass over for Kier Costas, a shot that got deflected off the stick of Dan. Trying to be brought out by the Mammoth once more, and it will. It'll be Shu clearing it out, but it's taken back by Ariella Haas. Haas shot, blocked, and went behind the net. It's brought back over the near side, cleared over to the far side now, intended for Shu. She's got a break now. Shu walking in, and she got a save on it. Was Lexi Levy, as Shu goes crashing into the goal, knocking the net off its moorings. We'll have another stoppage of play. 14:36 remaining here in this first period of play.
Been a long-awaited matchup, this one, between Amherst and Oswego Thomas. Last year, this meeting was scheduled about the same time in the year. First game of the new year in the Deb was canceled due to COVID reasons. Oswego has not won at home against Amherst in 4 all-time matchups. They're 1-3 all-time. Their only win came at Amherst. And for Oswego, they don't score a lot in these games historically. A 0.75 average goals per game in favor of Oswego. So the Lakers looking to change that up a little bit and try to crack the scoring open, but still goose egg about 5 minutes in.
Gates on the draw. She loses it, and it'll be won by the Mammoth and sent right back in. Webster scooping it up. She'll be pressured by Reynolds. It's corralled to the opposite side for Kier Costas. A battle for it. Shoved right back in by Daly. Brought back to the near side was Zemlak. She got tied up to the point. Dan, pump fakes. Sends it right back in. The scoop by Zemlak just tries to slam it right up the boards and get a clear. Cannot. Another shot by Dan. Deflected out in front by Reynolds. Can't get anything there. Zemlak puts on the brakes. Tries to send it up the same side from which it came, and the same result follows shortly after. Another possession for the Mammoth. Grugan with the poke check. Gets it out to the neutral zone, and a couple forwards will go for a change. Oswego looking for a potential stretch pass, nothing there. Amherst getting a couple of changes as well. That'll be offsides.
Very intense cycle there by the Mammoth, just relentless pressure. They don't wow on special teams or anything, but their even strength play has been exceptional all year long up there with the NESCAC, and you can see why. You can see Dalt there, one of the forwards, hanging back at the blue line, touch the puck, head on back, get up high. Amherst really good at controlling the puck there as it comes out.
Both teams playing very well as of late, and granted, Amherst playing on New Year's Eve. Oswego, as we mentioned, hasn't played since December 3rd in that 3-2 loss to Plattsburgh in heartbreaking fashion. Brought back behind the net. Burks contested by 2, Mammoth behind the net. And it's brought back up to the point. Cycled now for Flynn. Throws one on goal. A stick save by Levy and smothered for another whistle. 13:10 remaining. Weiss was out in front. Levy covered up the rebound. And for the last few weeks, we've seen this Lakers team, the lineup stay relatively the same. A couple shifts here and there, but the defensive pairs have relatively stayed the same. And so have those first 2 lines, Mucha, McGrath, and Haas, that second line, as well as the Hull, Bednarik, and Malone line staying rather consistent. A deflection now, that goes to the corner. This is sent right back into the defensive zone for the Lakers. Shell looking to clear. Bednarik streaking straight down center ice. Can't get anything there. He's tied right back up. Cleared down low for the Mammoth. It's Zenstein. Reverses, but Shell was not even close to the intended target. And the Lakers looking to shake off the bus legs, or really holiday legs. So they kind of seem a little off step playing against this Amherst team who just played a few days ago.
Yeah, Amherst has looked really good when they've gotten set up in the zone as well. Someone in the crowd blowing a whistle there, a little bit more high-pitched than the ref whistles. But Oswego struggling a little bit with their passes, but they've had good breakout attempts so far, so they just haven't been able to get set up. Amherst, almost the opposite problem.
Mucha carrying it the other way, slides one out in front. That got blocked off by Stewart, but she grabs it right back. Drops it off for Booth. A sizzling pass down to Preston, and it's taken away by the Mammoth. Nothing going there. It's carried away by Reynolds. Centered for Pohl, and they're going the other way, 2-on-2. Pohl gets really ended off by Booth, but it's kept back in by Amherst. A backhand bouncing shot that goes off the pad to the corner. Preston on the tie-up. Mucha scoops up the loose puck, but can't get anything as she tried to clear it out. It's set right back deep behind the net of Levy. 9-on-9 as Preston goes down, and Reynolds takes the puck shortly after. A shot on there by Pohl. That got blocked by McGrath. She's gassed, looking for a change, and a lot of the Lakers looking on these short shifts so far to open up the period. 11:07 remaining here in the first.
Amherst has really pinned them down behind the blue line, and Amherst, a team that likes to shoot a lot and shoot often. 8 shots already. They're averaging 45 shots per game this year. Oswego only averaging 30.
Gates up for Webster. She just sends it right back in. No harm, no foul. But it's grabbed back, though, by Grugan. Kylie Grugan looking to send one for Webster, but she was covered every day of the week. And the Lakers will have to reset. Webster with a head of steam. Brings it across on her own. A 1-on-3. Looks to drop it off, but no one there. Cleared right back out by the Mammoth. And a lot of speed now is Groszek coming in, and she scores. Excuse me, that was Park. And what a beauty that was. Head of steam, and the cowbells are ringing for the Amherst Mammoth, who get their first of the day. A 1-0 game now for the visitors, and really nothing you could do there if you're Lexi Levy.
Yeah, I mean, an absolutely spectacular goal there by Park and Levy. Nothing she could do. Zemlak trying to skate her way back, but she got caught behind the play in the Mammoth. A good read on Oswego, catching the defenseman, starting to pinch in, looking to try and keep that puck in, but they end up selling out on the play. Park walks in, nice little forehand, backhand, and that's pretty successful on beating the goalie. 1-0 for the Mammoth here early so far.
Jana Park, her 4th on the year, a whopping +9 for plus-minus for the Amherst forward as they'll have possession once again. It's brought out by Schwartz as they'll break out. Trying to dump it in was the goal scorer so far, Park, but she got tied up by Shell. Corbett now just sends it across for Hudon. And it's taken away. They're giving the goal to Reynolds currently, but I believe it was Park on the
Park
shot.
led the line through there, Turge, so I believe that goal go to Park. We'll see if that gets changed, but right now they're giving it to Reynolds.
As Amherst will send it right back in and cycle. Oswego looking a little kind of trapped in their defensive zone, can't really allow anything, and Amherst just sending it to the corners, making them work for it. If you want possession of this puck, you're going to have to go to the corners and dig it out because they're not giving up much when it comes to offensive zone chances. Preston, Malone, a swift kickback. Hull drops it off for Bednarik. She gets a whack by Reynolds. Dropped off Malone. Centered for Bednarik, gets caught in her skates. Bednarik again driving towards goal. She gets tied up by 3 Mammoth out in front. As Preston looks to hold the blue line, and she will. Sent around to the opposite side. Booth also on the pinch. Oswego on their defensive, and a lot of aggressive pinches so far in the offensive zone. Malone dropped off Bednarik. Looking to feed in front was McGrath, and they'll collide into each other. A little miscommunication for the Lakers, and it's brought back out by Amherst. It's going to be Daly sliding it over for Pohl. As Haas takes it away. And getting angled across by Weiss to the opposite side. As Haas will be the first forechecker out, but sent right back from where it came. And sent right back up by the Mammoth. Kira Costas gets burned by Weiss, and she'll dump it in. The first one on it is Glennon forechecking on Zemlak.
In the neutral zone there, Turge. Oswego defense staying way further back, not as aggressive on the pinch, and there were a few Mammoth forwards outside of the zone.
A shot out in front by Marlowe, and a huge save by the Lakers there. Lexi Levy, another rebound, another save. 7:41 remaining here in this first period of play. As we'll see the replay here. Lexi Levy allowing the goal here on the breakaway. A 1-0 Mammoth lead with 7:41 remaining.
Levy looking to try and stop the low shot there. Blocker comes down and it opens up top right corner of that net, and it's buried by Park.
Taken back, though, and here comes Park yet again with a hand of speed and a swat away by Kylie Grugan, and another save by Lexi Levy. A great back check by the winger, Kylie Grugan, preventing another great opportunity for Amherst. 7:22 remaining shots, 11-5 in favor of the Mammoth.
Oswego came out pretty strong in this game, Thomas. You know, it was a pretty even first 5 to 10 minutes, but now it feels like Amherst providing so much pressure, so much speed. The puck's moving around and passes are perfect, and Oswego has been going back and forth, and you can see it. I mean, they're getting tired. They're not skating as quick. Some good defensive effort, some good effort there, but these 2 to 3 minute shifts are brutal.
Dumped right back in by Amherst, though, and the little chip and chase game they're trying to follow early here in this first period. As Zenstein carries it across, it's dumped out and knocked down by Kylie Grugan and sent right in for Kirikostas. All 3 of them will get a wholesale change. It'll be the 4th line coming out. Burke, Corbett, and Hudon. Kept in by Corbett. Slides it over for Hudon. She was contested by 3 Mammoths out in the slot. It's dumped right out. Preston being extra aggressive on that center ice line, not even getting it across center ice, was Amherst, and it's sent right back in by Oswego. This defensive pair has looked good so far, aggressive on that blue line, keeping those offensive opportunities flowing for the Lakers. Booth taking a swing, but commentator's curse strikes again, and it's carried out by the Mammoth now. It's going to be pulled down the right side. Shot deflected off a stick and went wide. Reynolds again, but scooped back up by Preston and finds the stick of Corbett in open ice. She'll just flip it right in on just to the left of goal, and Oswego wholesale changes come one, come all, and that's 2 in a row so far for the Lakers, and those short shifts are really being noticed for the Lakers so far. And it's going to be Webster pressured by DiCarlo and sent right back in by Amherst. Webster along the half wall. Looks like she's battling with Park. Grosek there as well. Sent up to the point. A shot coming on. Deflected. Pad stop on a huge save by Stewart from the point that got through all the traffic.
Oswego looking a little bit more lively here. Amherst still providing good defense in the zone and good offense as well. But Oswego at least getting it out of the zone on occasion, although right now they're struggling.
Webster trying to carry it out on her own. A little sachet by Park and trying to center it for Hull, but instead finds a stick of Malone and a deflection into the Amherst bench. Almost hit Amherst head coach Jeff Matthews, hired in 2012. He's been in 6 straight NESCAC semifinals, a NESCAC championship back in 2020, and 2 NCAA appearances. An overall record of 147, 68, and 31. Was a coach at Northwood as well as an assistant at Division I Rensselaer in the ECAC. So quite a resume so far for Jeff Matthews as it's kept in by his squad, and Glennon trying to send it down low. Glennon up to the point for Schwartz, looks to send it across, but instead fires one on goal. That one got gloved off. Shell being aggressive out in front with Marlowe as they'll cycle it right back down. Glennon again. Pulls the spinorama was Marlowe, gets through the skates of Mucha. Zenstein, a backhand pass for McGrath, and she'll just flip it out. Haas the first attacker on it for the Lakers. Homan, the first one on it for Amherst, but it's taken right back by Schwartz. She'll send it up now for Glennon, bringing it across, fires one on goal off the stick of Levy and covered up, but rather routine save. 4:50 remaining here in the first period here on WTOP 10.
Yeah, Levy looking to break some momentum here, Thomas, just trying to give Amherst and break up that flow of play because the Mammoths have really dominated this first period. And it's been a very fast first period, too. Only both teams averaging less than 2 penalties a game right now, so nobody's headed to the box yet, and I don't know if we'll get there yet.
Time will tell, my old friend. Time will tell. As Amherst brings things right back out, it's going to be Daly sliding it across for Stewart. A shot, that one goes just wide. Bednarik trying to pinch off Daly to the boards, cannot. Instead, sends it across for Hull as she'll bring it in. Hull. Looks like a skirmish behind the net with Bednarik. Sent up to the point, Booth. A sizzling pass to Hull. Tries to find one out in front. Gates couldn't get on it in time. Webster will have it at center ice and bring it right back in by herself and wind up a clap bomb, and a huge save there by Stott. Really one of the grade A scoring opportunities so far the Lakers have seen.
Lakers have put 5 shots on goal in this first period, and that was their first shot in about 10 minutes. Lakers just needing to throw the puck on here, and Webster does just that, takes it herself in. Nice little clap bomb coming in, and Stott struggled with the rebound for a moment, but able to get the trapper on top of it. A good cover up by Stott to stop the play there.
Face-off won by Gates and sent to the opposite side. Holding the line, though, was Webster, but still keeps it in miraculously. Gates there as well. Kira Costas also joining in on the fun. And she'll bring it across the opposite side. Fed out in front. Gets through traffic. Webster fires one. That one got blocked and came to the near side corner. Taken back to eat some clock away is Thompson. She'll bring it over for Flynn. As Webster holding the red line. Oswego's defensive core. It's not just Preston and Booth now holding the center ice red line. Webster as well being aggressive right in front of the Laker logo as sent back up to the point. Pausing with his Schwartz. Back over for Dan. A shot on wide. Hudon tries to find Corbett. Goes off her stick and scooped up by Burke, who will just chip it in. Corbett the first one on the forecheck for the Lakers with Dan. She'll pull the reverse pass for Schwartz. Skating across the neutral zone and taken in by Weiss. Brings one on. Shot right into the crest of the Laker logo is Lexi Levy. Another save for her. 2:39 remaining here in this first period of play. right here on WTOP 10. Thomas Turgeon and Jared Wakefield with you. An eventful contest, 1 goal so far for Amherst, a breakaway. Currently awarded to Maeve Reynolds, but from here it looked like Jane Park. Time will tell on that one. McGrath, a shot on, that goes wide and cleared away by Stewart. Trying to send it out, cannot, kept in. Mucha just rims one in. It's brought across, a nice move by Flynn. Held at the red line by Haas, though. She just sends one on and into the glove of Stott. Another save for the freshman netminder, sitting at 5'9". Pretty tall for a freshman. Getting another save going for the Mammoth.
And the Lakers starting to get some shots back on goal. They put 2 up in the past 2 minutes. So the Lakers finding some success through spontaneity, being real spontaneous and just taking chances.
Another shot there by Booth, padded to the corner by Stott. Bednarik with a huge collision there on Daly. She'll be slow to get up. It's cleared to the near side. Bednarik carrying up with speed, but sticked down by Daly and taken right back. Daly's got Reynolds with her. Finds Reynolds, and as she'll be the leader of the pack. But it's grabbed back by the Lakers. Malone, a crisp pass over to Hull. Back for Bednarik. Bednarik, a shot on, a spinning puck, pad save. Sent to the opposite side for Schwartz. Centered now for Reynolds with a hap of speed, looking to drop it off for Shue, but tied up and sent right back in, though, by Schwartz. 1:05 remaining here in this first period of play.
Webster was back on that one, but got tied up with a Mammoth at the blue line and went down, giving the Mammoth a brief odd-man rush there, but it was broken up by Oswego.
Amherst setting up shop, and a collision by Webster creates a takeaway for the Lakers.
Nifty toe drag there by Haas, but nothing doing. And at least the Lakers doing okay on the breakout. Their passes are getting more accurate. They're getting a little bit sharper as they work down into the near side. Mucha drops that one off, but the Lakers looking to at least try to find some good momentum to carry into the locker room. And right now it seems like they're doing that. They'll at least have some positives to work on, but a tough 10 minutes in the middle of that period there, Thomas.
20 seconds remaining here. A shot coming on. That goes just wide. Trying to keep it in was Flynn, and she will. She'll send it right back deep. 13 ticks left here in this first period. Dropped off by Weiss, sends it over for Glennon. Back for Flynn, a shot coming on. That one goes just wide, bounces out in front. And the horn will sound to end the first period. A 1-0 score in favor of the Mammoth. A very tough test to open up the new year. But let's hope the really holiday legs really are off, kind of, going into the second period of play as a 1-0 Mammoth lead.
It certainly seemed like, you know, they were starting to unwrap those legs like a Christmas present towards the end of this first period here. The Lakers pretty sharp in the last 5 minutes. They almost doubled their shot total from the entire period, going from 5 shots to 9 shots on goal. The ends of the period looked really good, so a good start and a good end to the book of that first period, but the middle story, a whole lot of fillers. The Lakers playing a whole lot of chase the puck. Mammoth just looking incredibly strong. You can tell why this team is so good. We haven't seen special teams yet. These aren't teams that take penalties, but the Amherst College Mammoths cycling the puck extremely well. Every pass has a purpose. They aren't just dumping the puck in. They are getting it to somebody, and they're almost just circling around like it's like a little tornado on the ice. And they pressured Levy. Levy pretty stout so far. Some good saves.
So far, so good for the Lakers, but they're still down 1-0 at the end of the first. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, second period is next right here on WTOP 10.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back into the Deborah Stanley Ice Arena with a minute 20 to go on the clock here in the Deb. A 1-0 score after one period of play. Thomas Turgeon and Jared Wakefield with you here on WTOP 10. Yeah, a lot to talk about, really. A 1-0 score entering the second period of play. See goaltender Cal Shell of the Oswego State men's team having a very sound weekend this previous weekend in the Oswego State Hockey Classic. 36 save loss against the number 3 team in the country, Adrian College. And Adrian getting the best of the Lakers on both sides, beating the women's team early in October, beating the men's team just the other day in the Oswego State Hockey Classic. Now they get to welcome another ranked opponent in the Amherst Mammoth, who currently have a 1-0 lead against these Lakers themselves. Starting lines will be the same as the first period. Hall, Malone, and Bednarik, the forward line for Oswego. Webster and Zemlak on the defensive end. On the other hand, it's Flynn and Homan for the Mammoth. In between Pohl, Reynolds, and Daly on the forward line.
Interested to see if this Amherst team can keep up the pace they play in the first period. Very fast, very aggressive hockey, but very clean. No penalties yet. Amherst unable to capitalize on that draw, but they've been winning on average about 61% of their draws, about 60.5% so far. So they've been really good on the faceoffs, and their strong, even strength play has continued here early in this game. But a new period in Oswego looking to unwrap those holiday legs.
Amherst, their 33 goals scored, only 3 of them on the man advantage, but a few on the penalty kill as well. A couple shorthanded goals for the Mammoth. The puck coming in, knocked down by Levy. Zebia Balfour along the boards. Webster picks it up. Knocked away by Daly as she gets taken to the wall by Webster. Malone looking to break out. Finds Hall at center. Tries to cut back, and she will bring it in on her own. Hall being angled away by Schwartz. The drop pass for Bednarik. Back for Hall. Shot, save, rebound. It came free, but it's cleared to the corner by Marlowe and reversed to the other side by Dan.
Lakers just needed a little bit of puck luck there. A good rebound, but it comes out the other way where there's no Lakers in the open ice, and Amherst able to clear it out and try to start their own offensive chance.
A bouncing, fluttering puck there came on by Dan, and it's knocked away by Levy. A backhand pass by Haas to Mucha. Tries to find the stick of McGrath, but held on the line by Ariel Haas. Shot coming on. That one goes just wide to the left of Stotts. Haas is taken away by Amherst and cleared to the boards. And taken right back out, and attempting to center a pass was Glennon, intended for Marlowe. McGrath back for Shines. Morgan Shines, a little dipsy-do across the top of the circles. Can't get anything there as she got poke-checked and brought right back out by Amherst. Booth, a physical play behind the net by Levy, and the Lakers will break out with centered for Grugan. A slap pass over for Kierkostas, who will bring it in. Kierkostas trying to drop it off for Preston, and instead sends it down below and Shines the first one on it. Shines knocked off the puck by Homan, and a few balls out in front. She gets taken down, and it's taken right back out, though, by Thompson. She's by herself, a 1-on-4, as Amherst got a pretty much a full change, 4 out of the 5. It's kept in by Park.
Both teams playing at a pretty incredible pace right now, a lot of speed, so a lot of trips to Costco for that wholesale change.
Absolutely, and it's taken back by Kierkostas. She'll probably, speaking of change, Grugan will go for one, and Kierkostas will follow shortly after, and the Lakers will look to clear. Preston puts it right on the stick of Schwartz and sent right back in. Booth across, looks to send it for Shoe. It was intercepted by Shoe. Ringed around by Corbett. Rolls off the stick of Booth. It's cleared the zone, though. Dan brings it back to center ice and fluttered right back in, paddled away by Levy. Booth off the boards to Preston. They play pitch and catch, and one more time, just for good measure. Preston for Corbett, and sent right back in beneath the goal by Stewart, and just slapped around by Booth. Holding the line, though, profusely was Dan, and it's kept in by the Mammoth. Dan winds and fires a chop shot high off the glass.
Oswego really struggling here. This is getting to be a pretty long shift for Corbett, Burke, and crew. Booth and Preston unable to get it out D to D.
Kept in by Pohl, sent up to the point. Flynn, a shot on, got blocked by Burke off her skate. She looks to just get it even out to the defensive zone. Corbett gets a change, another fluttering shot in on Levy. She'll cover it up, and Jared, like you mentioned, it's like a wholesale change. Costco getting it done. Another save and another quality opportunity by the Lakers, and they can't get anything going.
Yeah, I mean, a good opportunity there by the Lakers, but very similar start here and a very similar feeling. Very good first 4 minutes by the Lakers, but now Amherst's relentless pressure and their incredible speed on their skates starting to slow the Lakers down a little bit.
Bednarik just throws one. That one gets kicked away by the left pillow of Stott. And it's Malone again. Oswego looking to cycle for the first time this period. Zemlak shot on into the glove of Stott and found its way through the net traffic, though. Another good opportunity. They're getting the puck through. They just haven't found the back of the net yet. 15-24 remaining here in the second period of play. A 1-0 Mammoth lead right here on WTOP 10. The Mammoth, on the other hand, coming out of the NESCAC. Another team that Oswego's already played out of the NESCAC, Hamilton. A victory for the Lakers, currently when Hamilton was in the USCHL poll. Back up to the point now, a shot that really came off the back foot of Zemlak, and not a lot of speed on it. Goes right into the glove of Stott. We'll have another stoppage of play just about 30 seconds later.
Hamilton's the only team that has been managed to best Amherst College so far, and they're a pretty strong season so far. They were handed a 2-0 loss against the Hamilton College Continentals.
Taken right back by the Lakers, but a picked off pass by Shue makes the puck propel into the defensive zone as Webster gets taken down, and that will be a penalty going to Shue. And the Lakers will go their first power play of the day. Elisa Shue will go to the penalty box for 2. The Lakers currently 6 for 50 on the power play. 12% effective for the Lakers. On the other hand, the penalty kill for Amherst, red hot, and doesn't take that many penalties. 93.3%. That's ranked 5th in the NESCAC. Not even the best in the NESCAC. They know how to kill their penalties, and apparently score a few shorthand goals there, Jared.
Yeah, I mean, the NESCAC very good as Oswego loses control there, but Hamilton College, who we've just been talking about, they are 100%. So multiple teams in the NESCAC, 100% on the penalty kill, and the Mammoth working in the neutral zone, trying to start something, but interesting for Oswego. A very effective power play unit last year, 25% this year, half as effective. They've struggled.
Sent right back down the length of the ice, and it's sticked down by Levy. As it's taken back by Shell, looks to find McGrath, but the puck rolls off of the stick of Zenstein. As they'll regroup, another miscued pass that goes through the stick of Mucha. A redirection by Grugan forces frustration, and a 50-second power play shift goes down the length of the ice. 1:04 remaining now in this power play. Nothing going for the Lakers so far. 13:50 remaining here in the second period of play. As Haas will carry it across their own blue line. Bednarik puts on the spinorama right at the dot. A drop pass now for Webster. Webster brings one in, a shot save, rebound free. Haas picks up the loose puck though, trying to provide the drop pass for Malone, but Malone was pivoting backwards towards the near side boards. Webster brings in again, a shot, kicked to the corner by Stotts. Haas again, finds Bednarik. Cuts back to the point, Webster a shot, fans on it, but got it through and just went wide. Trying to clear now is the Mammoth. They will. Reynolds with a head of speed. She'll just chip it past Webster and try and scoop up the loose puck. As they'll go right in front of goal. Another save by Levy. One more, and that one goes just wide.
Dangerous play by Levy there. She had the right idea trying to get that puck out, but only got the toe of her stick on it. So it trickled right in front of the crease at a good distance to try and shovel that puck in for Reynolds, but she was unable to fin on Levy, able to stay in position and not fall out of position, and the Mammoth unable to capitalize on a monumental chance.
Avery Webster hunched over. She's been out there for at least a minute 20, and she finally gets off for a change. The long change will get to you for the Lakers, but this isn't even the longer change of the two for Oswego State. As it's brought back in by the Mammoth, the one-timer, they score! It's the individual with the penalty, comes out of the box and tallies one more. Amherst up 2-0. Lisa Shue finding her third on the year, 6 point for her. 2-0 Mammoth lead. They kill off a rightfully needed power play opportunity for Oswego and then turned around and find the back of the net. 2-0 Mammoth.
Yeah, Lisa Shue with a really good play right there. The Oswego defense leaving her wide open. A similar play to that Reynolds play, just a lot more traffic down there, and Shue able to elevate that puck, and the Mammoth elevate to celebrate. Another delayed penalty coming up. This one going to be on the Lakers.
It's going to be Kylie Grugan going to the box for a hook.
Bit of a frustration penalty there, Thomas.
And definitely some frustration. It looked like it could have went both ways from up here. Could have went holding the stick, could have went hooking. But hooking will be the final verdict for Kylie Grugan. The Mammoth power play, on the other hand, has struggled. 3 goals in 21 opportunities so far for Amherst, ranked 6th in the NESCAC.
Just a disastrous sequence here for Oswego. Not what you wanted. They started with good momentum. They look good in that power play. Zero chemistry at all, but here's a shorthanded chance.
Kenzie Malone bringing it across, but poked away by Flynn. It's taken to the corner. Bednarik closes off Marlowe. And it's brought back up, though, by Amherst off the skate of Schwartz. And it's brought back in. Schwartz on it. Zenstein swinging away. Can't get anything. Flynn pump fakes the shot. Brought back over for Glennon. Glennon a shot. That one goes wide. Bednarik puts a shove on Shue. Nothing there. Clear to the near side wall. Bednarik with a race for it. Trying to clear the zone. Cannot. And it's brought back in, though, by Marlowe. Trying to cut towards goal. She gets peeled away. Drops it off for Schwartz. Trying to send it up for Flynn. She'll keep it in. Fires one on, a nice redirection, and an even better save by Lexi Levy, keeping it a 2-0 game on the redirection by Marlowe.
Not a very flashy save, but a very, very good save on a deflection that likely would have been very, very difficult to protect against. But Levy, again, staying in position, staying calm, not panicking, and she's able to eat that one up right in the Laker wheel. So Levy having a pretty strong game so far. Amherst creeping towards the 20-shot mark.
Amherst won the draw. A shot coming on. That one also got deflected out in front on the shot by Thompson and cleared down the length of the ice. As Amherst will regroup, 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Grugan, 10:38 here in this second period of play. Amherst looking to get something going here. Their final seconds of the penalty, but a nice stick by McGrath. Keeps things at bay. Brought back across, though, by Thompson. 17 seconds in the power play. Thompson looks to send one out in front. A tie-up. Keeps possession, though, by the Mammoth. And another shot, another save by Levy. It's taken back by Daly. Sent down low for Pohl. The Lakers return to full strength now. 9:58 remaining in this second period. As Kylie Grugan goes right on the ice, another shot coming on. That got stick down, but kept in. A backhander going wide.
Some exceptional back checking there on the penalty kill for the Mammoth. Maeve Reynolds stepping in there and tying up Haas on that potential breakaway chance for the Lakers that took that chance away.
A huge wind-up shot by Dan off the blocker of Levy, and it's sent right back down beneath the goal. Amherst will reset, almost looking better than their actual power play. A shot, and what a save by Lexi Levy. A sprawling glove save off a couple of redirections, point blank into the trapper, keeping it a 2-0 game. The Lakers getting a little feisty in front of goal on DiCarlo.
Grugan and Webster down there delivering a few shoves, a little bit unhappy with little extracurriculars after the play there, but nobody heads to the sin bin. We'll play on.
We will play on, and it will be an Oswego defensive zone face-off, won by Shines. Loose puck scooped up by Shell, but it goes off the skate of DiCarlo and sent right back down below before going up to the point for Schwartz, off the leg of Kirikostas. Trying to get it out was Shell, and Kirikostas as well. Shines on the forecheck on Schwartz. Aggressive forecheck currently. Shell slams it right back in. Shines looking to pinch on the board. She will. Kirikostas now with it. Looking to send it for Shines. Cleared right back out though. A one-timer shot out of a spinning puck by Zenstein goes wide, and it's swept away by DiCarlo. As Amherst will reset, a couple Lakers will go off for a change. Preston, the first one to scoop it up. She's got some speed, sends it over for Bednarik. The redirection for Malone, back for Bednarik in the corner.
Was a chance there for the Lakers, but unable to corral that pass. They have to settle for the dump in. Amherst a little slow on the change, and the Lakers had a couple numbers.
Trying to clear it out was DiCarlo. She'll send it around the other way for Flynn. She fumbles the puck off of her stick, but right place, right time was Park to bring it out into the neutral zone and set into the offensive zone, and they'll get a couple of line changes. The first one on it was Booth. She'll send it right back up the strong side. Carrying it back towards the near side is Weiss. An intended pass out in front by Marlowe off the leg of Bednarik. Hull, the first one on it. She'll bring it across. Looking to drop it off for Malone. She got tied up. Preston looking to pinch, and it'd be Marlowe burning right by her too. Stewart will just float one right back into the defensive zone for the Lakers as they'll try and regroup. Not many point-blank opportunities allowed by the Mammoth here in this second period of play. As grabbed back by Pohl, up to the point, sent across Schwartz. She gets taken down by a sliding Corbett. And Webster will backhand it high off the glass and out into the Lakers offensive zone. Burke, the first one on the forecheck. She puts on the brakes though after the drop pass to Holman.
Good defensive sequence there by the Lakers. Webster with that chip out in corner with a huge sliding block that ended up taking a Mammoth down, but stopped that puck and set up that clear and gave the Lakers a chance to breathe.
A nice nifty move there by Reynolds. She sends one on goal. That one got caught by a skate right out in the slot. As a tie up behind the net of Levy. Burke, the first one on it. That one goes off the shin of Reynolds. Zenstein sends it all the way around to the opposite side. And keeping it in, though, was Dan. Brought back out in the slot again. Reynolds a shot. That went off the stick of Zenstein and above the goal. Amherst aggressive now. It's brought back in. Another shot by Pohl, and that one saved. One more. That one got sticked away. Levy sliding back to the post and keeping it scored off the board. Another shot coming on. One more stick save for Levy and cleared to the corner by Zemlak.
Oswego is gassed here, Thomas. Very tired. A long shift here for this line.
Zenstein taking down Shu. And a couple of Lakers will get a change. Full forward line will come off, and one defender will stay on. That'd be Zenstein. Zemlak would get the change. Shell would come on. Trying to send it up for McGrath, but it's kept right back in by Park. Feeds one out in front. That one goes off the stick. Haas chips it in, and the Lakers will try and get some offensive mojo going, and it's the same way as it's been for this second period. Sent right back out by the Mammoth. A deflection sends it right back in, though, for the Lakers. Mucha, the lone forechecker, on it. Mucha taking the defender to the boards. That was Holman. However, cleared out.
They got locked together with their six, and Mucha, the defender, unable to put the binders on. They go colliding into the boards, but they quickly skate away and grab quick changes.
Bednarik keeps it in. Hull will just send it deep for Malone. Looking to feed Bednarik in the slot. Cannot. Booth will regroup. Finds a center pass for Hull. She'll just send it right back in. Taken away by the Lakers, and the Mammoth, and it goes out. Play for a stoppage. 4:05 remaining here in this second period of play right here on WTOP 10. Thomas Turgeon and Jared Wakefield with you here in the second period, and the Lakers looking to find the scoreboard, have not yet. Their last matchup, a 3-0 win for the Mammoth way back long ago, back in the 2019-2020 season. As Amherst will break out, and taken away, though, by Kirikasa. She tries to get it out, but Shines takes down Marlowe. A colliding Shines in the corner on Weiss, too. Things are getting rather chippy.
Yeah, I was about to say that, Thomas. Apologize for stepping in there, but things starting to get a little chippy. The Lakers starting to get real aggressive. Lakers coming in on a rush. Here's Kirikasa. She gets taken down and goes into the boards. Refs let him play. So Mammoth start to work it on out. Bringing it on out will be Dan.
Bring it back across was Glennon. She got sticked away by Zenstein. And Grugan will find Malone in center ice. Malone with a head of speed, trying to burn by the outside. Looking to drop off Bednarik. She will. Shot coming on. That one looked like it just went right over the glove of Stott and sent right back in. Hull looking to find the point on Shell, but instead finds Zenstein. Malone again. Fed out in front was Hull, and that one goes just wide.
Good play there by the Lakers. The best they have looked in front of Stott all game long, and it's cleared out, and that chance goes away.
A tumbling fall by Daly after the collision with Zenstein with 2:33 remaining. The Lakers back in the defensive zone. Hull trying to clear. Oswego's forward line has been out there for quite some time, and they will stay out there.
Yeah, top line pairings out for Oswego. Here you got Shell and Zenstein. There's a second deep pair, but the top forward line of Malone, Hull, and Bednarik. And boy, they have had some big opportunities here, but approaching it now about a 2-minute shift, give or take. So these players a little bit tired, and they're going to have to make a big defensive stand. The Mammoth, again, real good on the draw. They'll look to try to win it back to Schwartz and see if she can get it.
Face off won by the Mammoth, but taken right back out, though. Here comes Hull. Tries to find Bednarik. She will. She'll try and get a shot off. That one got blocked out in front by Grosick. This brought across by Amherst. The pump fake by Thompson. And it's cleared out by Hull up to center ice as a couple of Lakers will get changed, but Mucha takes the puck away. Mucha to the boards with Schwartz. Bednarik looks to feed one out in front for McGrath as she'll look to get a change instead. Preston tries to hold the line and cannot, and it's sent right back in by Thompson. Chipping one beneath the goal of Levy, and a little miscommunication there as Booth and McGrath were clearly not on the same page. It'll be kept in, though, by the Mammoth as they'll regroup and send it right back in the offensive zone. 1:15 remaining in the second period of play. The periods have really been flying by fast, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've only had 1 or 2 icings so far, Thomas, and not a lot of stoppages either way.
And another huge save there by Levy. The rebound comes free. It's taken back by Ariella Haas and flipped down the length of the ice all the way down for an icing, so they won't be able to get a change. just yet, and that seems to be the motto of this second period. There's a time to change, and then there's a time where you have to change, and they're trying to resort to the have to more than the when you can change.
Yeah, I mean, Oswego's really struggled to kind of get changes and get just a chance to breathe in general. They've always been back and forth. They're either always in the offensive zone having to keep the puck in, or doing what they're doing now and playing a game of hot potato with the puck with the Mammoth as they control.
It's brought back in by Reynolds, slides over for Pohl, sends over to the far side. Flynn on the pinch, back down for Pohl. A really skirmish along the boards. 32 seconds remaining here in this second period of play. Flynn holds the line. Holman, shot wide as it ricochets off the back wall. Preston looking to just slap it out of the zone, and they finally will. Icing waved off. A couple Lakers trying to change. As a fresh defensive core will come out, Malone will hold the blue line. Trying to wrap it around, cannot. And with 6 seconds left in the period, it is looking like we'll go to the third. Still scoreless for the Lakers only. A 2-0 lead going to the final period for the Mammoth.
Really good end of the period there by the Lakers, getting some pressure, and a great play by Kenzie Malone. She put that puck on the wraparound chest right in the crease, but all the Lakers a bit too far up high. Something I'm noticing, Thomas, the Mammoth, very systematic. They're very locked in. They know where they are relative to each other. At any given moment, whenever an Oswego player has the puck, they swarm around them like a hive of hornets and just lock them down, give them no passing opportunities and force takeaways, and then spread right back out nice and wide and open up passing lanes. However, the Lakers, it looks like, you can see that they haven't played in a month. There's definitely been some miscommunications, a couple hiccups on the changes. It didn't cost them in the second period, despite a few miscues, but they've ended the periods on good notes so far. They get a good chance there, a good couple chances, put a couple shots on, and keep themselves in it. 2-0 to Amherst right now. You can overcome a two-goal lead.
And with Mark Digby and company looking to start off the new year with a win, but they're going to have to fight their hearts out to get it done. They're down 2-0 after the second period of play. When we come back, the third period is next.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
Yeah, you just look at that. It's so sad.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that.
on a Tuesday night. The Amherst Mammoth currently up 2-0 against the number 15 Oswego State Lakers. Here to begin the third period of play. Final non-conference matchup for the Lakers before they take two conference matchups against Potsdam on Friday and Canton on Saturday before playing another Tuesday matchup down in the Odd against the Pioneers of Utica. Thomas Turgeon and Jared Wakefield with you as the buzzer sounds and we get set to go for the final 20 minutes on the clock now between the Lakers and the Mammoth. Lakers trying to turn the tide of what was that second period. Nothing really going in the offensive zone and in a way weathering the storm that the Mammoth brought to them just fresh off the dinner table as Webster brings it in. Taken back though now by Reynolds and grabbed back by Hull, but another takeaway leads to a backhand, looks like right to the neck.
Yeah, it got high right
Malone.
up into Kenzie Malone. No call there on the play. Bit of a deflection there, but that stick definitely got up high and got Malone. She heads to the bench.
It's carried across by Bednarik. She pulls it to the center, throws one on, save, rebound, cleared behind the net, and it goes on to the back of the mesh netting. It's grabbed back by Gates. Up to the point, Zenstein across for Shell, fires one off a stick and up in the air and into the glove of Stott. Nice little center field scoop for the Amherst netminder. Her first shot in the third period.
Routine puck fly there for Stott, and the Mammoth's offense has been anything but ice age so far, and they showed some flashes again, but now Oswego looking to try and raise the flag and get the ship rolling.
Zenstein, another shot. That goes into the glove again. Consistency is key, and that's two straight saves into the glove. Save for Stott. Seems like Malone is up and good to go on the bench for the Lakers. Just a little knock the wind out of her, must be. As it's taken right back by Amherst. Sticked away, though, in center ice. Zenstein hesitant on the pinch. She'll send it up, but a turnover finds Schwartz. Nice cutback move on Mucha, and she'll send it deep. Shell the first one on it, pressured by Weiss. However, the clear attempted by Oswego, kept in by Schwartz at the blue line. Glennon in the corner. Cycles it back down low for Weiss. Tries to find Marlowe out in front, or at least on the back door, rather, for the Mammoth, and nothing there. Marlowe again. She gets taken down from behind by Shell. A couple bumps and battered and bruised in the corner by the Lakers defenders as they're not letting anything go towards the center. Zenstein peeling to the corner. It's scooped up by Park. Stewart sends it right back deep, but it goes right into the glove of Lexi Levy, and I guess it's consistency on both ends. Another deflection right into the glove of the goaltender, and another stoppage of play. 17:58 remaining here in this third period of play, right here on WTOP 10. Amherst up 2-0 here in this final frame of play. As sent down beneath the goal of Levy and shines a good bump there. Sends down Park. And trying to send it back in was Thompson, but it was a delayed offsides as the Lakers will regroup. Preston carrying it across. Burns by Grugan and then gets by Flynn, sends it in. She'll join the role partially as a center as Grugan waits at the point. Fed one out in front by Shines, and nothing there.
An aggressive pinch by Riley Preston pulls her out of position, and Grugan having to hold the line in case of a Mammoth breakout, which we've seen happen before, and that allows the Lakers to trickle it out of the zone.
Shines a nice shot on goal, redirected off the skate by Grugan, and a huge pad save by Stott. A couple more collisions once more following shortly after. A very eventful first few minutes here in the third. Hudon trying to bring it across, and offsides was Shines. Another stoppage of play, 16:58 to go. First 3 minutes, we've seen action on both ends, hits on both ends. A couple good opportunities, a couple big saves for both goaltenders wearing number 1 tonight.
Both both goaltenders, you could say the number one player on both of these teams. They've had exceptional nights all night long. Levy about to face 30 shots before we've even gotten a quarter of the way into this third period.
Puck sent right back in by the Mammoth. Zemlak sends it up the far side. It goes off the leg of Corbett. As Webster now in the corner. Daly as well as Reynolds getting tied up with her, and it's cleared out by Oswego. Brought back across his pole, angled off by Hudon. Sent back out in front, though, looking for Daly. Nothing there. Another shot by Reynolds and a huge glove save by Levy. And another wholesale change for the Lakers. Back on now, Kenzie Malone. She'll be back out with that top line of Hull and Bednarik. Shell and Zenstein, the defensive pair.
Lakers stepping up physical play, and it certainly worked, as it almost looks like Amherst isn't quite sure how to handle it. They've been tied up. They've been pushed out wide. The same thing that the Mavs have been doing to the Lakers, with the Lakers not afraid to get their sticks in there, use their bodies.
Another shot, save, rebound on the back door was attempting to crash was Marlowe. Nothing to be accounted for. And a missed opportunity for Amherst is cleared. Shell bringing it in. It's corralled deep. Bednarik looks to send it around once more, but an instant breakout for Amherst. That is sent back in by the Mammoth on the redeflection by Glennon. Miscue on the pass, rolls off the stick of Malone. It's taken away. Thompson peels back. A couple Mammoth get a change. Slid across for Flynn. Fires one on. Pad save. Rebound out in front. Taken back by Hull and Bednarik. It's a 2-on-2 the other way. Bednarik jukes and jives and goes down the right side. Coughs up the puck, and Oswego will have to regroup. Preston looking to join the rush again. See how much he gets into some offensive possessions for the Lakers. As it's dumped right back in by Amherst. The first one to scoop it up is Booth. Finds the stick of McGrath. A little bit in between her skates, though. And it's sent right back the other way for Amherst. Preston off the boards. It goes through the skates of Schwartz and will be nullified. No icing. A 3-on-2 forecheck by the Lakers. Haas the first one on it, but a nice cuck back there by Dan. Dan dumping it in. Goes off the glove of Booth. He'll go to the corner.
Good tie-up by Booth on Reynolds there. Reynolds with a little bit of time and space, but Booth took away her ability to do anything, stick lifting her, and prevented a good chance there for Amherst in the zone.
Dumped right back in, though, by Dan, and the Lakers are trying to beat the clock. A pass intended for Haas will go past her and will be an icing. 14:21 remaining here in this third period of play.
You can see the Lakers starting to get desperate a little bit, Thomas. You know, they're playing with a bit more urgency, a lot more intensity, that's for sure. But the passes still aren't coming together. A few pucks bouncing off sticks in the neutral zone. And every time the Mammoth have been right there, right on top of the Lakers, giving them no space for mistakes. Even the smallest of mistakes by the Lakers turn into big chances for Amherst.
Little bumps along the way off the face-off and finds its way to the glove of Lexi Levy. Another stoppage. They'll get a line change immediately after that face-off. Rightfully so, though. Preston and Booth been out there for quite some time along with this second line. Another shot coming on. That one goes right into the glove once more of Lexi Levy. And Jared, like you mentioned, just over a quarter of the way in this third period, Lexi Levy now seeing 30 saves so far for the Oswego netminder, 32 shots for Amherst.
And as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, they're averaging about 45 shots per game right now, so this is nothing unoriginal for Amherst, so to speak. A lot of other teams, you know, average team will get about 30 shots or so, but Amherst peppers the opposing goaltender.
Speaking of Amherst, it's taken away. Here comes Marlowe and offsides. And a little bit round of applause from the Oswego bench, and we'll have another stoppage, 13:53 in this third period. As Shines will be on the faceoff with Park, and it's won by the Mammoth and sent in deep by Homan. Webster getting tied up, but it's grabbed back by Amherst. Park drops it off for Holman. As it'll be behind the nav. Levy trying to slide one out in front was Shu. And nothing there. Grugan carrying it across on her own. It's a 1-on-2. Kylie Grugan pickpocketed by Thompson, and here comes the other way. Thompson, the puck fumbles off of her stick as she's taken to the corner by Shell. Burke with a hit there, and it's grabbed back by Zenstein for the Lakers. Off the boards and carried up by the Elmira transfer. Corbett looks to keep it in, was Hudon, but cannot. This would be a confrontation really in front of the bench for the Lakers, trying to get the puck in deep, but cleared right back out though by the Mammoth. Amherst able to dump it right back in. Zenstein with the streaking pass up for Hudon up at center ice. She brings it in as a couple of Lakers attempt to get a change, and they will. As it's flipped right out and knocked down by Webster. She looks to send it up that strong side, but the Mammoth were getting a change, so brought out in front. A pad save by Levy. Taken away now, pull. Back to the point for Flynn, looks for a shot. That one gets blocked by Hudon. Sent to the right side, Holman a shot on. That one got deflected out in front by Reynolds to the corner.
Mammoths getting a lot of shots, but a good job by the Lakers defense right now to prevent any second chance attempts. The Mammoths getting a shot on, and then the Lakers clear it to the corner.
Sent right back in by Amherst. This forecheck absolutely relentless as we've seen the last few shifts. A shot by Flynn, patted away to the same exact corner. Cleared right back out though by Oswego. Now a 2-on-1. Bednarik with Hull. Bednarik to Hull and blocked away by Stott. There might have been Flynn. Yes, we'll find out eventually, but either way, it's a block and no goal for the Lakers. And sent in by the Mammoth. A huge opportunity goes out the back door for the Lakers there.
Good play there, and Bednarik opting to pass instead of shoot. Hull there is the trailer looking to make something happen. Hull with a good shot. An impressive play by Flynn and Stott. Some teamwork there to prevent a chance.
Brought back in across by the Mammoth. Dan misses the cue on the pass. Muchik got a stick on it and nullifies the icing. Her and Haas are racing each other to get the puck. And it's sent to the opposite corner. McGrath just takes a swing at it and sends it right back beneath the goal. Webster hesitant on the pinch. We've seen some hits and some misses when it came to the Oswego defenseman joining in the offensive plays. But sent backwards by the Mammoth as they'll regroup and maybe kill off some more clock. And a pinch there by Webster goes wrong. And it's taken right back up Marlowe. Marlowe drops it off. A shot off the blocker and off the high glass by a shot by Glennon.
Glennon doing a good job right there. Oswego covering the pass, but leaving Glennon maybe a little bit too much room, and she's able to walk it in and get a puck to Levy.
Amherst bringing it back again. Here comes Shu. She had the second and goes right into the glove of Levy for another save. 10:06 remaining here in this third period of play. 2-0 is your score in favor of the road team. Oswego having their ups and downs, and we see the close opportunity there by Oswego State on that 2-on-1. A big opportunity there. Oswego looking to clear. A drop pass intended for Preston by Booth goes off a stick. Booth swats it down. A swinging shot by Park. Kind of fans on it. Booth gets tied up along the boards. Preston looks to send it up the near side, cannot. Instead, Booth will just reverse it around, find Hall. Now to the stick of Bednarik. She can't really handle that pass as well as she'd like to, and it leads to a turnover, but she scoops it right back up again. Bednarik puts on the brakes. A spinning puck intended to pass it over to Hull, but it's grabbed back by Thompson. Thompson across, fires one on, sticked away by Levy in the corner.
Levy approaching the 40 shots face mark. Only 2 goals gone in so far. A good day for Levy in that.
Hull dumping it in, and Oswego will get a couple more line changes. Grugan looking to send one out in front, and the Mammoth just collapsing in front of the goal of Stott as it's sent right back in by Shell. As it's brought back out by the Mammoth, and here they come. Pohl looking to send the backdoor pass intended for Daly. Instead finds the point. Schwartz across Park. Shot coming on. That one got blocked. Reynolds now. Switches spots with Park. There's a collision out along the near side boards. Shell takes a chop at it. She finds Kira Costas as it's cleared out to center ice. Haas looks to pickpocket it, but a very nice move there by Holman to send it right back deep.
Shell and Zenstein having a very good game defensively for Oswego. They struggled starting to break out a little bit, but they've covered off Amherst's chances in the zone very well, and they've at least given the forwards a chance to take that puck and skate with it.
Bringing it back across was Haas, and attempting to get the puck deep, could not. He's taken right back. Mucha looks to start the rush. She chips it along the boards. That gets caught in the skates of McGrath as Oswego looks to regroup. Trying to find the stretch pass for McGrath was Zenstein. As Jared, as you mentioned, that defensive pair has done very well tonight, but they've been out there for quite some time now.
Yeah, they're getting into a really long shift here. They've been out almost 3 minutes, and here they come for a change. Zemlak and Webster step on as the top pair.
We'll see how much of a rotation Coach Digby uses in this final 7 minutes, as there'll be an icing coming down the other way. And there'll be a face-off for Oswego State.
A rare sight for Amherst, too, as the Mammoth have moved the puck very efficiently. Not a lot of icings. They've always been able to find a skater in the neutral zone or take it in on their own rectangles and not just have to dump it in. So Oswego gets a huge opportunity, and it looks like Coach Digby is going to take this opportunity, call a timeout, and discuss game plan with 7:20 to go.
Rightfully so, a timeout for Oswego State, or excuse me, Amherst actually.
Wow.
Really attempting to just kind of reset things in a way. I don't think Coach Jeff Matthews is too worried with his squad, just wanted to kind of gather them around, tell them to keep their heads. On the other hand, Coach Digby's got the whiteboard out, he's drawing a play.
And Assistant Coach Paul heading over to the equipment rack. Looks like Lauren Shell has had a twig go south, looks like. Looks like that Bauer twig's coming apart a little bit of grading on the stick.
I'm curious to see how much he uses that last line and extra skater of Hudon, Burke, and Corbett, as well as the extra skater of Gates. We've seen him play relatively consistent with rotating that McGrath line with Mucha and Haas, as well as the Hall, Malone, and Bednarik line, while throwing a pinch of Kiracosta, Shines, and Grugan in there as well. On the defensive end, it seems pretty routine, just 1-2-3, 1-2-3, the same defensive pairs, no switches on the back end either. As we'll see the Hull line be the first line to come out with Zemlak and Webster on the point. The first charge face-off violation to Malone leads to a face-off victory for the Mammoth, and now we have a penalty coming up to Amherst, a positive for the Lakers, but their power play has struggled. They're going to need to turn it around here. 7:10 remaining. Amherst will go to the sin bin looking like for a hook. Now Oswego will go on their second power play of the game.
Huge power play here for Oswego. It's a power play that, as mentioned, talked about earlier, Thomas, it struggled this year. It's about 12% now, a little under 12% with a missed opportunity earlier, but now they'll have a good opportunity to work this power play unit, but it comes against a very aggressive Amherst College penalty kill unit that doesn't kill all of the penalties, but they will turn a PK into a scoring chance.
Bednarik along the wall. Oswego looking to set up something. Finds a point. Webster pulls a nice toe drag. Drops it off for Bednarik. Back for Webster. Slides it across over for Haas. She dishes it for Bednarik. A shot coming on. Blocked away. Malone again. Haas. Webster at the point. She's looking to aim and fire, but instead leaves it over to Bednarik as they'll switch spots. Webster now throws one on low and gets through, and a nice pad save there. simple and effective for the Lakers, getting it through traffic.
Oswego doing a good job of moving the puck up high. They're able to pull Amherst away from just pushing them into the boards until that moment. But moving it around the top of the umbrella, Oswego's been pretty good at it, though a few miscues here.
Haas holds the blue line, a shot on by Malone. That one gets off the right pad. Haas, a pass that goes right into the skates of Webster, so she couldn't really get a shot on it. She'll try and bring it right back in by herself. 52 seconds remaining in this penalty. As the intended pass by Malone, tried to get something going, but it's taken away by Daly. She'll just bring it in to kill off some clock. Shell takes her to the boards and looks for the pin. Taken away, though, a one-time shot by Glennon goes right into the crest of Levy. Another stoppage of play. 5:40 remaining here in this third period of play. 30 seconds on the power play. And Jared, like you mentioned, penalty kill that hasn't really had that many opportunities, but will turn their defense into offense, as we saw just there.
Yeah, and Oswego went from passing the puck beautifully to, again, looking somewhat lost out on the ice. A lot of missed passes and trouble at the blue line sends that puck skittering down. A good change by Webster. Shell's able to come right off the bench and at least prevent a 1-on-0 chance for the Mammoths.
Grugan dumps it in. McGrath and her as well. The first one's on it. Zenstein up for Shell. Gets one through. A redirection save. Rebound was Grugan on the back door, but she gets taken out. Shines with frustration now will go to the box, and she'll just coast her way to the sin bin. An unfortunate turn of events. A close opportunity was Grugan at the back door, now leads to a 2-minute penalty for Shines. Well, it will be a minute 58 power play for Amherst with 2 seconds remaining on the penalty.
Going to be interesting to see what happens here, and Shines knew she was going to take that penalty there again. A frustration penalty as the Lakers, first time they've seen a wide open net all game, and the puck ends up trickling into the corner. And the Mammoths will get a chance at the man advantage. And Oswego, if they do decide to pull Levy here, if they can clear the puck out, they're only going to be able to work it to 5-on-5 until about 3 minutes to go. And I imagine they're going to want to pull Levy fairly quickly.
Absolutely, and it's a 2-minute penalty to Shines for hooking. As Amherst will go to work on the power play, it's going to be Shue. Back up top for Flynn. Down low, Schwartz out, and the point for Shue, a shot that got deflected and went to the boards. Glennon again, cuts to the center. Fires one off a pad. Bednarek looks to clear, but she got sticked up by Shue. It's carried across by Zenstein. Slides over, Bednarek shot off the blocker.
Levy's still between the pipes, not going anywhere anytime soon, it looks like.
Schwartz carrying across a 2-on-1. If they hurry up in the front for Shue, and that's taken away. Trying to clear it out was Bednarek, but goes off the skate of Flynn, but a swinging stick by Zenstein provides a 3 out of the 4 change for Oswego State. Zemlak and Haas and McGrath will come on. Webster, the lone defender that has not came off the ice for the first change. She's been out there now for roughly about a minute 13.
Stock went out to play that puck before the Lakers came back in their own defensive zone. It went off her skate and trickled towards the net, trickled behind the net, but a scary moment for the Mammoth.
As Amherst brings it right back in, it's going to be Reynolds. Takes it back, drops up the point, Holman. Back over across for Daly, throws one on, a glove save by Levy. And Jared, what we really haven't mentioned tonight so far with this Amherst team, they're rolling 3 full forward lines, a 4th line with no center, as well as 5 defensemen. So a short bench for the Mammoth, but still looking fairly well for this team.
Yeah, you can tell this team spent a lot of time in the weight room and working on conditioning and doing skating drills because they haven't looked tired once. There hasn't been one point in this game where I think either of us could say that Amherst has looked slow or flat.
Another shot there by Dan. That one went wide. It's grabbed back by DiCarlo, sent beneath for Park. A Shell will send it down, and the Lakers kill off the penalty, but 3 minutes remaining now, down by 2. It'll be an icing for the Mammoth. Does Coach Digby take his timeout right now? I personally, I'd say no.
He was motioning to Levy when the Lakers went the other way and started screaming.
He's saying watch. That's always the goalie metaphor. It's never, hey, let's go, let's run and gun. It's always pay attention, hold, wait. I'd have to think that the next stoppage, if it's in the offensive zone, Coach Digby's calling his timeout. Time will tell. A shot coming on. That one gets deflected and cleared by the Mammoth. It's carried across by Stewart. Throws one on, and it's taken by Levy.
Now what the Lakers needed here, they're going to have a face-off right in their zone, and Levy didn't creep too far out of the crease, so he got about 3 or 4 pushes out and then went back in position as Thompson came charging in. Lakers just going to have to look and try and get it cleared out without ice, and then Levy's just going to have to go.
And right back out comes Zemlak and Webster. It's looking like he might roll those 2 D pairs going this final 2 minutes. Time will tell. He's taking the corner is Reynolds. Grabbed back by Pohl. Oswego can't clear the zone right now as they don't even have possession. And Avery Webster doesn't even have a stick.
Good play right now by the Mammoth. Keep it low, and keep them trapped on the boards.
Brought back out with a point shot. A huge block off the shin of Mac Hall. As Flynn looks to send it right back, it's grabbed by Malone. She tries to carry it in. She gets taken down, and that will be a penalty. And the Lakers will go to a power play with 2:13 remaining. I feel like you got to take a timeout at this point now. 2 minutes left, and I think he just gave the signal to the official. He just did.
Yeah.
Oswego will be calling a timeout with 2:12 remaining here in this third period of play.
I can't imagine that Levy's going to go back to the net after this on the man advantage. I imagine Oswego will try to roll 6 skaters out there instead. But good timing by Digby to call that timeout with 2:12 on the clock. They'll finish just about most of the game on the man advantage. And a badly timed penalty for Amherst. 2 minutes, tough to do a lot with that, especially with how good Amherst has looked on the penalty kill so far. But regardless, a bit of a needless hook on Malone there, as Malone was pretty well tied up, and Malone goes down, gets a good call, and the Lakers one last chance to make something happen.
The penalty going to Reynolds, and Oswego will have the man advantage for a majority of this third period. 2:12 remaining in a 2-minute power play for Oswego State. We'll see who comes out. I've got a feeling that it's going to be somewhere along the lines of that same power play unit with Haas, Webster, Bednarik, and that crew. Who will be the 6th attacker, though, we will see. He's got plenty of time to work with, though, and 1 goal puts you back down only 1. And depending on when you score, you could have a lot of time. It looks like Levy will be on the bench to start off the power play with.
I'm curious to see who the 6th is going to be, Thomas. I mean, we know our 5. It looks like it's going to be McGrath.
Yeah, it's going to be Ashlyn McGrath being that extra skater, and we are correct on the power play unit. Haas, Malone, Bednarik, Hull, McGrath, and Webster for the Oswego State man advantage. With 2:12, crunch time is here. Another face-off violation by Kenzie Malone, but she wins that second one clean. Webster, Haas, back for Webster. Back over for Haas. To the point, Bednarik, the pump fake. Protects it on her forehand, tries to feed one out in front. A risky pass, a shot by Webster. Sent right back in, though, by Stott. And crashing into the goal was Malone. The last time the Lakers had a power play roughly around this time was in their last matchup against Plattsburgh, down 3-1. And getting a power play goal by Amanda Zenstein from the point to make it a 3-2 game.
And if you've watched that first part of the Oswego power play, they find their success up high, able to pull one of the 4 checkers up high and create a shooting lane. Right now they're trying to do just that, but Amherst playing a really good job of having their 2 penalty killers up high try to box out top couple defensemen.
Clearing it out by Daly. She goes for the empty net, and she's got it. A shorthanded goal. Jared, although not a goalie in net, another shorthanded goal for the Amherst Mammoth. A minute 35 remaining here in this third period of play. And not what you wanted if you were this power play unit. Only 37 seconds in, and the puck goes in the back of your own net and not your opponent's.
Yeah, I mean, there was some exceptional play there on that penalty kill by Jana Park, and Avery Flynn able to work up high, able to take Bednarik, especially when Bednarik would try to work the near side boards. They would just cut her right off, take her passing lanes away, force her behind the net, and eventually a little bit of failed tic-tac-toe by the Lakers results in the puck getting on the stick of the Mammoths and a good half-court shot to bank that one home and ice the cupcake, so to speak. 3-0 Mammoth with a minute and change to go, and the Mammoth, an exceptional game today. The Lakers, flashes of strength so far, but the Mammoth, just such intense pressure, such an intense cycle that the Lakers didn't seem like they knew how to deal with.
Yeah, Oswego struggling to counterattack this Mammoth team in numerous occasions, but Jared, like you said, a lot of positives to take away. Just didn't seem like they had the energy that they've had to begin the year in this first contest, as there's 42 seconds remaining here in this third period. Oswego down 3-0. As Corbett looks to bring one on, a shot there goes off the outside of the netting, and the shot by McGrath. Drop pass for Zenstein. Grugan looks to send one on front, finds Hull, a shot. That one got off a stick and covered back up by Stott. 19.5 seconds remaining here in this third period. Oswego down 3-0. Currently being outshot 43-26. So Jared, you're right around where you were talking about. They're averaging 45 shots a game. This game is no different. They're at 43 going the final 20 seconds. I don't think they'll quite reach it, but talk about consistency with this team. You're averaging 3.67 goals a game. You get 3 here, you average 45 shots, you get 43 here as well. The Lakers unsuccessful in all their power play opportunities tonight.
And Lexi Levy, I mean, a phenomenal night in that. Score reads 3-0. She was only in net for 2 of those. 41 saves, 2 goals allowed, a .953 save percentage. That's higher than her season average so far. So another good night for the transfer goaltender coming in. She has had an amazing start to the season so far for the Lakers.
On the other hand, though, for Coach Digby, it's a game where they don't score any goals. A 3-0 final in favor of the number 5 Mammoth. The number 15 Lakers now go to 8-5-0 as Stott had 27 saves for Amherst. So another productive night in between the pipes for the Amherst goaltender, excuse me. But on the other hand, this is, I think, a good wake-up call for Oswego. They're go down 3-0 to Amherst in this game. They get Potsdam, a team they lost to early in the year, a 2-1 game up in North Country, and then they get Canton, a team they beat for their first Newell win of the season, as the Lakers look to try and bounce back on Friday. But overall, you have 3 more games in the span of a week. The question is, do you shift up the lines a bit?
I think you can try some things. I mean, we've seen Coach Digby do that on and off. I think, we saw it earlier this year with Ashley McGrath. She had her explosion because of a few line shakeups after that 0-4 start that arguably, rocketed her to her 10-goal, 4-assist start to the season for 14 points. I think something we've learned with this Oswego State Lakers team this year is that you can move players around, and it seems like they'll be able to find chemistry. Not playing your first game in about a month, obviously that's going to cause a little bit of rust, but playing against a team like Amherst is a good way for them to blow off some of the rust, but the focus shifts to new HL play coming up. They did do some things very well, though. 13 block shots for Oswego. That's 13 shots that Levy could have seen, but they did a very good job getting in front of those. And against a team that's 60% on the faceoffs, Oswego 29 for 23 on the faceoffs. So some things to take away. If they could just clean up the play a little bit, make a couple more passes, and just get a bit more comfortable with each other in their line pairings, I think this Oswego team will be back to winning ways in no time.
Well, they got 2 days to figure it out before their next contest, as they'll be back in action right back here at the Deb on Friday when they take on the Potsdam Bears for a Newell Friday night hockey matchup right here on WTOP 10. But that'll do it for us. For Jared Wakefield, I'm Thomas Turgeon with Patrick Machado as well as Max Burton back in the control room and Melinda Brancato as our game cam. We're saying goodnight from the Port City. Amherst takes this one 3-0. We'll see you on Friday.